I just want to understand why a man would say this to me, saying no man wants a woman that has kids because he's second to her kids. Is this a thing?
Tell me the truth. What is it about single moms that makes you guys run for the freaking hills? What the hell?
Please, I need to know. So men in the house, can I know this? Why are you people running from single mothers? Can I know in this comment section?
Recently, a lot of single women have took social media to complain about the rejection they are receiving from men. A lot of single women say that men do not look at them, men don't want to marry them, that each time any man want to ask them out or is asking them out, immediately they say, I have a child, I have 2 children, the men will disappear. So that is what we are going to be discussing here. I will let you watch the videos of the women complaining, and also let you watch the videos of the men giving their replies or the reason why they do not want to date or get themselves entangled with single women. So after we watch that, I'll come back to give you my own opinion, because as you know, your girl Miracle always have opinion.
Tell me the truth. What is it about single moms that makes you guys run for the freaking hills? What the hell?
Now, I'm saying this at all due respect, but this is the harsh reality to it. See, men are a lot more conscious nowadays. Men see a lot of things. And we're becoming a lot more privy as to the bullshit and the games that's going on. Now, this might hurt some feelings, but please understand, this is coming from a real place. So ladies, the truth is, why men run so far away whenever they do hear that you are a single mother, listen, they'll smash, yeah. But are they going to commit to you? Probably not, right? And the reason why is because the guys who most women want the guy who's good looking, who's smart, who's funny, who's successful, who can take care of them, all this other stuff. But guess what? Those dudes have options, and those dudes don't want a woman with baggage. They don't want it. And the truth be told, being a stepfather is a thankless job. It's a thankless job. And men nowadays are not so quick to just jump on board to want to be the stepdaddy. They're not. They're not willing to pay for the mistakes that you've made. Not to mention, these guys also, knowing that you have a child, they know that they're going to have to take a back seat and they're going to have to be second in line. That child always comes first. So when you're sitting here and you're expecting to have a guy that does X, Y, and Z, that guy's not going to sit there and put up with being second place. He's always going to want to be first. And there's nothing wrong with ladies, you putting your child first. You should put your child first. But that's going to close other doors for you naturally. Naturally, it's going to close other doors for you, because men who have these things to offer and who do have options are not going to sit there and play stepdad, where it's a thankless job. Not to mention, that guy's never going to even be number one. So why would he do it? Why? Not to mention, if you're in your 40s and you're a single mom and all this stuff, what does that say? What does that say? That shows men, especially smart guys who've been around the block, that shows men that you probably didn't want to stick it out in your old relationship, which means that you're not there to actually stick things out. You're there just to be happy. That's not what marriage is, right? Marriage used to be until death do us part. Now it's until I get bored. Okay? So men know that now. They're like, okay, if this girl's not even sitting there willing to make it work with her baby father, what makes me think she's going to try to work it out with me? Right? And these guys don't want the baggage. They don't want a woman who's older. They don't these are things that you guys have to understand. When you have kids and you get divorced, and the more men you date, your value decreases. It drops. And the ability of you wanting and getting the man that you once had or once could get is gone, and it's out the door. And the truth is, the guys that single mothers are with are not the guys that they would want to be with. Those are the guys that they end up with, because that's the guy that's willing to take the bullshit of being second in line, willing to take the bullshit of all the drama that you've had in your life and the poor decisions that you've made. So please, I'm not coming at you in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to be rude and disrespectful, but I do need you guys to understand, this is why men don't want to fuck with older women. This is why men don't want to fuck with women that are divorced. This is why men don't want to fuck with women who have kids. This is why. And now you're seeing men that are in their late 30s, early 40s that aren't settling down, because we know that it's all bullshit now. It's all bullshit. And the women that are our age are all ran through. They all have problems. They're all abused. Do you think men want that? Men don't want that kind of drama, dude. You're supposed to be peace in a man's life. You think he's gonna go sign up for more chaos? No.
Please, I need to know. So men in the house, can I know this? Why are you people running from single mothers? Can I know in this comment section? Why are you running from single mothers? Please, I need to know because I don't have answer. Because if I say my answer, this TikTok will be on fire. Please, can I know?
If you're a young man who's starting out in life, you shouldn't date a single mother. I've said that many a times, and let me explain why. Like, I have a young family member, just graduated high school, and he loved music. He got a job at Fender Guitars, and he was going to go to Boston, I believe, and learn how to make guitars and be like a manufacturer of guitars, like a craftsman. Because he loved fucking music and he loved guitars and that was his dream. And I was so proud of him that he was going to do this. And about a month before he was supposed to go to Boston, he fell in love with a young woman who had a kid. He said that he was going to quit his dream and raise this kid. And I go, what the are you doing? This isn't your kid, man. Do not do this. Your dream, your whole life is in front of you. Everything you've been talking about since you were 11 is right there in front of you. You're going to give it up to be a father to a kid that's not even yours? Are you stupid? Don't do this. No, I'm in love. I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to be a male role model to this kid. I'm like, no, you just started dating her. You're doing this all wrong. Don't be an idiot. I tried to talk him out of it for a few months. Ultimately, he chose not to go. And guess what? 8 years later, she fucked him over. Now he can't even see this kid that he grew attached to and loved. They never got married, but he lost all rights and he went into this depression, downward spiral. And his life never recovered.
A single mother, so hard.
Because they're ungrateful. I remember the last single mom girlfriend that I had. Her name was Jaleesa. Her daughter's name was Jaden. She was about 7 years old. I noticed that their big struggle is the morning. She's supposed to get up, brush her teeth, wash her face, get dressed, make her cereal. But like a typical 7-year-old, she wants to get up and walk around the house with the cover over her and shit, just bullshitting around. Her and her mom would get into, what's the point of me being here if I can't solve problems? Jaden was obsessed with trolls. I take my black ass to Walmart. I get markers, block letters. After I order troll stickers specific, I say, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make you a big ass poster board that says Jaden's morning checklist. Every day you get up and do these things without your mama having to tell you this shit, you're gonna get a sticker. Every 14 stickers you accumulate, I gotta buy you something. Mom wasn't even anywhere near impressed. She's just looking like, that happens on Thursday, right? I'm a waiter. I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I come over on Monday. Both of these little heifers is giving me attitude because I wasn't there during the weekend to put the shit together.
A man can do is date a single mom, and I'm saying this as a single mom myself. The only exception to the rule is if the man has kids himself and he's a single dad. That's the only rule that is the exception. And I say this because, one, it's fucking stupid as a man to take on somebody else's kids when you don't have kids of your own. Now, do I think it makes women less valuable? No, I think that's a stupid rhetoric. But the idea that you're going to get emotionally attached to someone else's kids, and then if you break up, never fucking see them again, y'all are stupid. But not only that, it's like, as a single mom, I don't want to date somebody that doesn't have kids because he's not going to be in tune to automatically or naturally or organically be the dad. But also, if I didn't have my daughter, I wouldn't be out here trying to date a man with kids. Like, I get the logic behind it because I'm not going to be emotionally invested in somebody else's kids. Now, in my opinion, if he has kids and I have kids, then we're both equally risking the same thing if it doesn't work out, if that makes sense. Like, me as a single mom, I would never date someone with no kids. Like, so I don't know why women get so offended when men are like, oh, I don't date single moms. Like, I totally get it as a single mom myself. There's too much risk and not enough reward. Okay, bye.
No man wants to be second to a woman who has kids. Is this a thing? Like, do y'all feel like if you date a single mom that you are second to her kids? And what is it that causes you to feel this way? Is it the way she treats you? Like, what are the things that make a man feel like if they're dating a single mother, they are second to her kids? What if she's giving you all her time? What if she's splitting custody 50-50 and she's giving you 50% majority of her time, and even when her kids are around, she's catering to you just like she would any man, even if you were the father of her kids? I just want to understand why a man would say this to me, saying, no man wants a woman that has kids because he's second to her kids. Is this a thing?
Men do not date single mothers for the same reason women do not date single fathers. No one wants the responsibility. Very few women will want to get married to a single dad that is actively living with his children. It's a trap, because now the woman knows that she's the one to take care of those children. This is why men rarely move out with their kids. They know it's going to be very hard to find a woman that will love them. They're undesirable.
I can't see myself dating a single mother. In this day and age, in this economy, nope, can't do it. Y'all, I don't know what it is that y'all got, y'all emotional baggage that y'all carry from your past relationship with your fiancés or ex-fiancés, but it's not for me. I'm 25. Thank God I don't have any children, because I don't know what the fuck y'all decided y'all was going to do, thinking that y'all was going to be 24, 23, 25, having kids with somebody that you ain't even marry, and then end up going and messing up your life. And now you looking back at the nigga that wanted you when you wasn't, having children. And now all of a sudden, once you done got sizey, I'll say, you want to go ahead and be attracted to him, and you know. And like, y'all fail to realize some of y'all are becoming that beat it chick meme. And if you know, you know. If you don't, go look it up. And the worst part about it is, some of y'all's babies' fathers are unaliving other people, innocent people, just because you got them wrapped around your finger. Just because you allow another dude around your kids. Who knows? That dude probably was an upstanding dude. He probably had a future. He getting unalived because the dude coot whipped. Let's just say. And y'all hate to hear it, but just like a car, that motherfucker start losing value once you let everybody drive that mug. I'm sorry to say, I'm just keeping it $150. And another thing is, y'all saturating the market. Y'all out here clubbing, partying, doing all this stuff when y'all really need to be focused on raising y'all kids. Like, there's no reason why you got a newborn at home and you want to go out getting sloppy drunk with your friends, your female friends. Oh yeah, girls just want to have fun. Oh, sure. But you wasn't thinking about that when you decided to lay up with your dude. And you just now realizing he was a piece of shit because you wanted to ignore the red flags. You didn't want to notice that he was texting other girls, and you didn't want to notice that, he was staying out late, not texting you back on time, and doing all this shit. Like, come on, let's be for real. And y'all acting like a single dude gonna want to deal with all that shit that you bringing in the club when you go out with your friends. Like, next thing you know, you spring the, oh, I got a kid or I got children. And he like, bro, like, what? Like, what y'all doing that for? And yes, I know it's not all females, so I'm gonna just say this real quick. Y'all niggas, y'all dirty motherfuckers, y'all need to stop trapping these girls. If you ain't gonna be with them for real, stop playing with them. Like, let people live their life. We young, bro.
Hi, I would like to chime in on this as a son who grew up in a single parent household with a single mom. And as a child, I used to wonder, oh, well, why isn't my mom dating anybody? Or why hasn't someone come along? But with all due respect to my mother, as a grown single adult man with no kids, absolutely not. I totally agree with this dude. As a matter of fact, I agreed with this dude so fast that I immediately went straight to my music and started playing Billie Jean. If we're just looking at the totality of it all, just look at the situation and ask yourself this question. What human adult person who already has a bunch of responsibilities wants to take on more willingly? Now, that guy doesn't speak for all men, but he does definitely speak for the majority. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. There are men who are sterile who actually want to be fathers. But generally speaking, a lot of men just don't want to take on that responsibility. And I'm not saying we're perfect, but, the way things are now, you can see videos of people online with their baby mamas and they being way out of whack. And then, we sit there and think to ourselves, wait, you want us to take on not one person, but potentially two who may stress us out? Absolutely not. And for me personally, I used to want that, to be a dad and whatnot, even if it meant being a stepdad. But my whole thing was now, look back on it, is that my reasons for fatherhood were selfish because I was basing them based off my own father and how that was. I shouldn't want to be a father because my dad wasn't there. I should just want to be one to be one. And right now, I don't want to be, especially to somebody else's kid. And I'm a teacher. I practically have to play that role all the time. When I go home, I want my peace.
I just saw a video of a man trying to explain why he doesn't date single women. And he says, I just saw a video of a man trying to explain why he doesn't date single women. And he says that single women trying to co-parent with a man is like forced polygamy. I know it's a stretch, but let me tell you what he was saying. He was basically saying that you always have to consider another man, and another man is going to step in and dictate policy when it comes to that woman. He's like, what if we wanted to go on a vacation? Then she has to run it by him. And, is he going to watch the kids while we do this? If we want to go out on a date night, is he going to watch the kids? Like, can we take the kids out of state? He's basically talking about how they're always going to have to be a situation where you're going to have to run it past this other man, what you're going to do in that relationship. And then a man in the comments section said, I would never step up to be a stepfather unless the real father is a deadbeat or he's passed away. And I think it's really insane because the men who are so quick to act as if a woman who has a child and is trying to co-parent in a healthy way is a deal breaker. But a lot of times these same men have kids themselves. So it's okay for another woman, a single woman, to sign up for you and your baby mama drama. But a woman trying to co-parent with the father of her child in a healthy way, that's a problem. Y'all see how quick it is for them to disqualify women? That's why I always say, get whatever it is that you want. You don't have to make all of these concessions. When it comes to men, we're always expected to be flexible. We're always supposed to work around that. He's a nice guy. We're always supposed to just do whatever is accommodating to them. But they will disqualify you for any number of reasons. So now you mean to tell me that there are all these men saying that women with children aren't worth dating? They don't deserve love? They don't deserve to look for love again because it doesn't work out with this one guy? So they might as well put a paper bag over their head and just go buy a bunch of cats. And what are y'all saying? And I hate that it's always the hypocrisy of it. How a man who has kids won't date a woman that has kids. Like, oh, we're supposed to understand why it didn't work out with you, an old girl. But you can't possibly fathom how things cannot work out with her and the child's father. Like, they just make up the rules as they go. If you don't want to date a woman with children, that's fine. But don't act as if these women aren't worthy of love. Because situations happen and relationships fall apart. She could have been divorced. Like, there's any number of reasons why that relationship could have ended. Well, what's wrong with her trying to co-parent in a healthy way? And if the man wasn't around and wasn't trying to be a good father, then you'd be blaming her again, saying, why didn't you pick a better man? That's on you. That's your fault. You didn't vet him properly. Y'all always have some reason of why you want to disqualify women, but normally you're guilty of the same thing, but you want everybody to give you some grace.
Honestly, a lot of these women say that men do not like them again. In the men part, they say that a lot of the reason why they do not want to date or marry somebody who have a child is because they do not want to bear the burden of raising children that are not their own, that belongs to someone else. Guys, I want to know whether you subscribe to this. Like, do you accept this narrative? Because sometimes some men also go after young girls or single girls, even when they have married and divorced, or when they have children with another woman. Do women always accept single men? Like, a lot of women accept single men, but I'm kind of seeing that it is very difficult, or some men are finding it very difficult to accept single women. So I want to know your opinion in the comment section. Personally, honestly, I feel like in some cases, I kind of see the reason why the men will be like, I do not want to raise a child that is not mine. Sometimes most of these women get pregnant because some men have promised to marry them or promised to be with them, and impregnate them and leave them to be single mother. Some of these girls are not single mother out of desire, like this is what they pick. My sister is a single mother of one, and that is a mistake that was made when she was small. She don't even know that she got pregnant just by meeting a man once. So sometimes a lot of girls are like that. You meet a man once and you get impregnated and you become a single mother. Sometimes it's not within their control. But again, I feel like it's so very unfair on women's side, because a lot of us women take these single men, we take them with grace, we take them with their children, we take them with their baggage of single father. So why can't they understand us and also take the baggage of single mother? So guys, I want to know your opinion. Let's continue this discussion in the comment section. I want to know what you think in the comment section. This has become a very big topic on social media. I want to know what you think, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family. I want to know your opinion. Let me see you in my next one.